Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys called out as new CeeDee Lamb contract rumor emerges. If CeeDee Lamb isn't on the field for the Dallas Cowboys opener, it would be utterly stupid, according to ESPN insider Adam Schefter. The Cowboys and Lamb are locked in a tense contract standoff. The 25-year-old star is holding out, pushing for a new deal that reflects his desire to be compensated as one of the league's elite receivers. Lamb is slated to earn $17.9 million next season on the final year of his rookie deal. The high mark for wide receivers was set in the offseason by Minnesota Vikings star Justin Jefferson, who earns $35 million per year on his new deal. Schefter doesn't think the sides are too far apart and believes a deal will get done ahead of Week 1. It would be a huge upset if CeeDee Lamb is not there for the start of the regular season, Schefter said on Monday, August 12 on NFL Live. Now I don't know whether they can bridge the differences, which aren't that much, this week or next week or the week after. But this deal's going to get done. Trending rumor points to CeeDee Lamb landing lucrative extension. Schefter went one step further when describing the situation in Dallas with Lamb, noting that it shouldn't be as complicated as it has been. It would be shocking and utterly stupid if it did not get done in time for the start of the regular season, Schefter said. It's disappointing that it went on as long as it did, but the fact that they can't get this deal done is hard to imagine. He's got 1 year left on his deal. Everybody knew it was coming. We know what the number should be. It should be simple to get done. And the full expectation is it will get done, and it will get done in time for the start of the regular season. So this is just a lot of noise until then. The rant from Schefter came on the same day that a new Lamb extension rumor emerged from the now notorious X account at PrettyRicky213. The anonymous but surprisingly accurate insider tweeted that Lamb's saga with the Cowboys is nearing its end. As the NFL world waits on the Brandon Ayuk situation, Ricky can confirm the Cowboys have offered CeeDee Lamb a 4-year contract worth $33.5 million per year. I would be surprised if this isn't resolved soon, the account wrote. Only time will tell if that ends up being true, but it could also be a pretty accurate guess. It would make Lamb the second highest paid receiver in the league, behind only Jefferson. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones clarifies stance on Lamb. The Cowboys, particularly owner Jerry Jones, have mishandled the negotiations with Lamb. Jones recently had to clarify a remark where he mentioned he didn't feel an urgency to resolve the situation with Lamb. I think I got in trouble the other day when I said, "Look, we're not urgent about CeeDee," Jones said on August 11. Well, no one appreciates CeeDee being on the field any more than I do. But let me say this, he wouldn't be taking a snap out here today if he'd been here for training camp. You gotta use your head when you expose key players. That gives the other younger players a chance to do it. We know exactly what CeeDee can do, and he's worked out with Dak. So we wouldn't have him out here. It has really not anything to do with his contract. The Cowboys opened the regular season on September 8 against the Cleveland Browns. They'll hope to have Lamb in uniform when they take the field. Cowboys could trade pitch swap CeeDee Lamb for Chargers' 24-year-old receiver. If push comes to shove, the Dallas Cowboys could find themselves in a scenario where they could benefit from trading CeeDee Lamb. Although Cowboys CEO Stephen Jones has ruled out the idea of trading Lamb, he says there's zero thought process of trading the star receiver. Bleacher Report's Maurice Moton proposes a trade that would see Dallas trade the 3-time Pro Bowl receiver to the Los Angeles Chargers for wideout Joshua Palmer and 2025 first and third-round picks. Moton argues the case for why the potential trade would benefit the Cowboys. Obviously, Palmer is nowhere near Lamb on the wide receiver hierarchy, but he may have some upside in a bigger role, writes Moton. Herbert and Lamb could become one of the league's best quarterback-receiver duos. Dallas would lose its go-to playmaker in the passing offense, but it would acquire an experienced 24-year-old wide receiver who can help them right away. Why Cowboys could benefit from potential Joshua Palmer trade. The 24-year-old Palmer has been a consistent receiving weapon of Justin Herbert and the Chargers since he was selected with a third-round draft pick back in 2021. Palmer was limited to just 10 games and 6 starts last season due to a knee injury, but produced 38 receptions for 581 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns for a career-high 58.1 receiving yards per game and 9.5 yards per target. During the season prior, Palmer produced 72 receptions, on 107 targets, for 769 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns, ranking second on the team in receptions, targets, and receiving yards. However, unlike in previous seasons where Palmer was clearly a secondary weapon to starters Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, the 6'1" receiver will step into the leading role with the departures of both of those aforementioned receivers. The Chargers are lacking proven and experienced receivers, with rookie Ladd McConkey and DJ Chark Jr. He hasn't produced more than 600 receiving yards in a season since 2020, rounding out the depth chart as the other starters. This is where if push comes to shove when it pertains to negotiations with Lamb, the Cowboys could reap the benefits of a potential trade involving the star receiver. Outside of acquiring a young, promising receiver in Palmer, Dallas could acquire high draft capital as Moton proposes. The Chargers are desperate for a star wide receiver to pair alongside star quarterback Herbert. To top things off, expectations will be high with new head coach Jim Harbaugh now in the fold. While the Cowboys reiterate that Lamb isn't going anywhere, if Dallas doesn't come to an agreement with their star receiver, they won't have any shortage of options on the trade market. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the channel. See you in next video.